Aloha, hello, dear family. This is the first podcast of 2026 here in Avalon in Mount Shasta. It is my pleasure today to interview a great friend and a very wise man that is in Argentina right now. And we are going to talk about the Knight Templars. We're going to talk about the Cathars and about Mary Magdalene. And he's here with us. His name is Cesar Imbelloni, author of a bestseller book, Templarios, Los Hijos del Sol. And he's also leading a very special, I don't know if you call it order. Is that order of the Templars in Argentina? Would you say that?
Yes, hello to everyone, and thank you
Welcome.
for this opportunity. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, the order is the YY. So it's in every country from this part of the world, Europe and Americas. So it's a very thousands of people and different levels. And I'm a master of the order. I was in the order for 35 years, and we are 33 masters, and this is a huge structure. And sometimes we are close with some popes because people always asking if we have relationship with the Vatican. Sometimes not with the Vaticans because we have a very bad experience very years ago when in the 12th century was a very betrayal from the king of France and the Pope. But sometimes we have a Pope that we can achieve some goals together, but it's not usually. But the order is it's a big structure around the world
Okay, so
with
let's start from
his
the beginning.
headquarters in Austria.
Let's start from the beginning of this, uh, the 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 presence, the current existence of the Templars, indeed, because uh, the history says that they were exterminated, by that time with the Crusades, and then we're going to talk about that later. But I want to know what is that the Templars are really. Exist in existence today after all those episodes in the past that they were supposed to be eradicated. How could that happen? Did they hide for so many years? Did they pass this lineage hidden from the public? How is that they are still, these orders are still alive?
The Knight Templar Order, a different of them, different kind of masons. They are a spiritual um, life and structure. So when you have a structure that the spiritual is the most important, you can die, you can murder that. So structures come and go. So also the church is going to come and sometimes it's going to disappear. But the spirituality in the knowledge and all the experience that you have with the what do you thinking, what do you believe can be Jesus, can be I don't know, Jehovah, can be Allah, whatever, never gonna die. So with the Templars, with the Pope and the King of France go for the Cathars also and the Templars before the Cathars, of course. Uh, you can destroy the structure and that part of the war, but you're never gonna kill everyone. So the knowledge they pass each one and many years. So the structure of the order comes to be a secret society. From that moment, the secret society just try growing again to the 15th century, also be part of the French Revolution. It was supposed to be out of the system, but we have a lot of documentation that the Templars be part of the French Revolution. Also, you can see in the archaeology a church in India built by the Templars in the 14th century, more than 200 years after the supposed to be the end of the order. So the order come to be a secret society. So the history is always be righted by the winners, like I always say. And this is true because the real history of the Templar is still running, and nobody knows nothing about the many levels that the order in this century have introduced in many structure of the world order. So this secret society is not for get powerful men. It's not like other school of knowledge. The Templars have a only goal in this moment. Be ready, be strong, be smart, and waiting the second come of Jesus Christ. That's it.
So then, how would you summarize what the Templars are? I mean, who were them in the past and who are they now? What is keeping this order alive?
Faith. That's it.
Based
It's
on
faith
what?
because yeah, it's faith because we are part of something they are bigger than us. And when you are part of something that you bigger than you are part of the a synchronity, like a very special clock that you know that any time is important in this moment, particularly in this moment of the time. And the Templar have uh, a very important movement to do in a short time. So again, when you are part of something that is bigger than you are not any more important. So the agenda is important. And the agenda of the order right now was the same in the past.
Which is
Brings all the real knowledge of the the bliss that we have a guy like Jesus Christ in our life, the real knowledge could pass to many people important like Mary Magdalene, right, master of the Cathars also. All that knowledge coming also from years and years of knowledge, for example, from Egypt. But if you put a plus of the knowledge of the Jesus Christ given to the special people of his followers, like Felipe, like Bartolome, like Mary Magdalene.
Mhm.
So you have a package there of knowledge that the people doesn't know it because when you read the Bible, it's not what in the beginning the first writer say. It's not the same. Get a Bible from century one, two, three, that the Bible that you have in your home. Whatever they say there is very, very different and change everything. And change everything. When you see uh, why the Holy Book don't talk nothing about the mother of Jesus, nothing. When you write the Bible, the Virgin Mary is just a vessel to bring Jesus to this world. That's it. When you read about the same characters in the book that you have in the first and second century, the image of the mother of Jesus was a central image, was a central character, was very important in the life of not only in Jesus, in the life of Mary Magdalene and the other disciples. So this changed everything because we are talking about control, we're talking about sin, we're talking about guilty, we're talking about uh, tools that some people use against the humanity to control them. So this control comes from that books, and people believe in that books. So this is a very, very huge power. The Templars fight against that. The Cathars fight against that. So for that reason, the power of the Central Europe kingdoms go against these particular orders because they are dangerous for the control and for the elites of the monarchies of the Europe at that time, and also in this particular moments.
Thank you. It is saying that the Templars were like some kind of warrior monks in that particular time, and but that they also discovered some kind of powerful objects, uh,
Mhm.
sacred objects that they were guarding and custodian for such a long time. What was that? Is that true? What was it they really discovered? What was this, let's say, threat that the religious felt so like they were kind of in threat of losing, or what happened there? What was this amazing um, thing that they discovered that no one else could know?
Well, in the beginning, the official history, they're going to say that the Templar was just a watcher of the road for the pilgrims can arrive safe to Jerusalem. So this is not true. From the beginning, the order was an archaeology mission. So right now, you can go to Israel, and also you can go like a tourist and recover all the tunnels, thousands of kilometers of tunnels made by the Templars. You can go now and visit. So this put in place another situation. If you are a warrior or you are archaeology missions. So in the first 20 years of the existence of the order, nobody bring in. If you are an order and you want to grow, the normal is bring people to your order. In 20 years, no one came in to the order. Was the nine originals, 9 person. 9 person can watch no road, no place, no nothing. And also they are old people because they are from 40 to 50 years old. By that time, you are old. So you're not aware. You are something else. Was an archaeology expedition. They drill and they find something. Not in the Templar. Not because the Knight Templar, the name of the order is is uh is not Templars. The Templar was because when they bring there, they give us the old Templar, the old temp, and from that place they count the name, the simple names, and in that place they take a very good knowledge of some special scrolls or document they bring there. They know the exact place that they want to go to some caves, and in that cave they find they have to find what they find. People say the Grail, the many other things, gold, knowledge, books about the real history of Moses and Enoch, talking about something that nobody can understand in that time. And the most important sometimes is the knowledge that Jesus have some kind of relationship with Mary Magdalene, and they have this with 3 children, one, no, 2 little boys and a girl. The boy, they have a name, is the same name as Jesus, is Joseph, and not Jesus because Jesus, the real name of Jesus is Joseph,
Or Joshua?
and Joshua. So, no, see, in Spanish es Josué,
Swear.
Josué.
Hmm.
Mhm. Because everyone in that moment have the same name, and they say, okay, or Joseph is Jesus, so they put Jesus to understand that Joseph is Jesus. And also, Jesus is not the real name. We're talking about the English name, but the Aramaic name of Jesus is Yeshua, not
Mm-hmm.
Yeshua. Yeshua doesn't exist. This is a wrong. It's like you say Yahweh or Jehovah. Jehovah also is an error. It's in my understanding of when you translate something. The real name of the God of the Jew is Yahweh,
Away.
and the name of Jesus is Yeshua. So if you want to call someone, call by his real name. Because if you call me and you say Alberto, I'm not going to say nothing.
Of
If
course,
you
yeah.
call me and they say you Caesar, and here I am. So when you call Jesus, you want to talk with Jesus, if you want to call in his real name in his language, it's Yeshua. Mm? And and coming back to the what they discover, I believe that one of the most important things they discovered is the syndone. The syndone is the blank that they cover the body of Jesus in the tomb. So this objects, the sacred objects, was very important for the Templars because when they go to be initiated in the order, they have to swear in uh, this particular object. They
Fabric.
have the face of Jesus there.
Mhm.
From that from that moment, they come I don't know how to say in English, but um,
Say in Spanish.
un juicio, juicio,
Judge.
cuando fueron a juicio, ¿eh?
A judgment. A
A
judge.
judgment, exactly. When they go for a judgment, they say you you have a adoration for the Baphomet because some soldiers say that they see some rituals of the Templar, and the Templar take this all in the name of that particular object. They have an image of some dead guy. They have to pass 7,000 years, and we know with this Syndonet is the name of this object. They come from a family that the Templar given them in Italy, in Turin, because the Templar was a secret society, and they can still regarding that piece because everyone they are looking at. So the Templars give it to a special family, and in that time, and that special family, when also understand that this was in danger, they give it to the Vatican. So at this moment, it's in a huge church or basilic in Turin in Milan, right, in Italy. So, and this is important object. They give a lot of power of the Templars. For
Mhm.
that reason, is very easy to understand why the Pope in that time they give everything to the Templars, because the Templars have the knowledge and the proof that something was wrong, and the history is not the truth. What they telling in that time also is the same one that we know in our time. So there was very important the job that the archaeology job they do the Templars, because they bring to us the opportunity to know the truth. Without the Templars, we never, never, and never, they never gonna exist any um, tell of that Jesus and Mary Magdalene can be a family and also have kids. Nobody can know that if the Templar don't custody that important things that reveal that information, the secret uh, objects, and also secret tests and scrolls and everything that they tell us. So, was a very important uh, movement that the Templars do to also to get power right away, and but at the same time protect that secrets. And when the moment comes, every start falling down, the relationship with the Vatican and the monarchy in Europe is going to be very easy to understand what's going to happen. So Europe was very small for the Vatican, the monarchy, and the Templars.
Now, regarding this discovery about the descendants of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Uh,
Hmm.
Also, the Cathars knew about this, and the
Hmm.
Cathars were very much into sharing that knowledge of the Christic consciousness that Jesus and Mary Magdalene were sharing with the disciples. So, what's the relationship between Cathars and Templars? Were they together? Were they enemies? Were
Hmm.
they how was that relationship?
They are brothers. Um, it's very important to understand that this is a very high percentage that the Cathars was be built by the Templars. Like a secret society, they because the order of the Templar can do many things because they are a public. So all the secret knowledge that the Templar have, they can speak about it publicly. They given to the Cathars.
Mhm.
For
What was
that
first, the
reason, what
Cathars of the Templars or the Templars?
no, first was the Templars.
Templars.
Yeah, 100 years after the Templars start, everyone know that was a Christian society in the south of France. They have a crazy belief. So this relationship was a very high moment with the Pope called to the Templars and say the first crusade has to be against the Cathars, and you have to destroy and kill them. So the great master of the temple said, "No, we're not going to do it." This is the first moment that in the history we know that the Templars, the only leader was the Pope, no one's else. If your leader, if your president, if your Pope say you have to do it, you have to do it because you are a soldier
Hmm.
of the church. This is the official history,
Yeah.
but this is not the official history because if it was that case, the Templars have to go and destroy the Cathars, and they say no, we don't know. Send another one. So
Because the
the
Templars were
Templars
very
go to the
powerful. That you guys have
yes, of
their own
course,
like
yes,
autonomy and government
yes,
insight. It's like
of course. And at that moment, so the priests in the order have to be Templars, not Catholic. So when the priests from the Vatican come to inside the order, they say, you don't belong here. Get out."
you don't give
They never
orders to
gonna get their
us.
secrets. Exactly. So the Grand Master of the Templar, they say, no, we're gonna do that. And also go and take from Montsegur all the people they can take it out, and they protect them in two cities between Barcelona and Girona. And because we know that because it's a cemetery, it's the only cemetery that exists in all of the world that they are Cathars and Templar tombs together
Yeah. Well, I
and
went
with a
to
special.
Tarragona to the monastery of the sister. I don't know if you've
They're
been.
close to there.
Uh-huh. And they have tombs of Cathars and also Templaries. And
It was enemy. They
they
need to kill
even
him.
have a tomb with a woman with a sword,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it says Mary Magdalene, and in a very, very special place
Ex
inside the
exactly.
monastery, a monastery that was for men. And what is funny, because when you go there, the tourist guy that is in the monastery says that that's the tomb of a woman that was the sister of one of the monks, that she was very special with them, and when she died, they decided to put, the
No.
representation of her tomb there with the 12 apostles behind.
Hmm.
So it was like, okay, because I know that Mary Magdalene arrests were spread out many places. So many places that are that have this, let's say, this devotion for Mary Magdalene have some of this area dedicated for her. But still, nowadays, the Catholic Church deny that. It's
Hmm.
unbelievable.
Yeah, for that reason I say, and also the place has a special place there because it's very difficult to understand, like you say. So the Cathar and the Templar were brothers, and the Templar protects the Templar protected the Cathar all the time that we can, because the Cathar also they have his own belief. So at some point, the Cathar say we're gonna resist here, and we're not gonna be a step a step over of this madness that the church wants to do. So at that point, the Templars can do nothing more than rescue all the people they can rescue. So and they put it in these cities and they protect them there. The other that they're not gonna leave Montsegur, they die or they suicide. But this is the official history. But the Cathars and Templar was a brother, 100%.
Beautiful, beautiful. To make a pause here, I want to mention that in April this year, 2026, and the 24th April, we're going to France, South France, and one of the things that we're going to be walking in this path of Mary Magdalene and the Cathars is Montsegur, that place
Hmm.
considered the last temple where the Cathars resist to
Hmm.
crusades. I've been there before. It's such a powerful place. It was considered a solar vortex temple even before the Cathars.
Hmm.
Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, the energy
And
is
the energy points.
yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing. So if
Hmm.
one that is seeing this podcast right now feel connected or calling to go and explore the Cathars and area, the caves. Also, we're gonna go to some amazing caves where they used to have initiations. The Cathars were
Hmm.
very, as you say, very mystic, very spiritual, and there are amazing places over there that still nowadays keep that energy, that force. So we're going to connect with that in April this year. Thank you. Thank you so much, Cesar,
My
for
pleasure.
in knowledge. Cesar have his book. It's in Spanish, Templarios Hijos del Sol. It's available in Amazon. I think he's gonna be soon having this book in English as well. And
Hmm.
yeah, so before we close this interview, what would you say about the Templars regarding this time that we really, I mean, the Templar were custodian lots of knowledge, information that it cost their life and the life of many
Hmm.
people. Do you think that nowadays humanity and also the church and the religions, you think humanity is ready to know this truth, to know this knowledge that have been kept for the Templars all this year, all this time?
Humanity is very complex, so it's very difficult to reply to that question because each of one we are different. So this information impact in each people different. So 80% of the people doesn't matter. 20% of the people they matter, but they can do nothing. So when the moment comes, like this era they are coming, we lose faith because the system were producing like a holograph, like a matrix, that everything is cool, that everything is okay, everything is free. Like, freedom is do whatever you want against everyone. This is not going to give the Ten Commandments or the Bible or the knowledge of the truth of Jesus Christ. When you put this in a balance, and the difficult moment of the humanity start coming and coming fast, so this 20% of the people is going to be only 10%. And from that 10%, the changes is going to come from the 5%. This happens already with Noah, and Noah is going to come again, not with water. This time it's going to be with fire. This is
Fire.
what the with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe fire and water, but fire is going to start the water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be an asteroid, whatever. But this is not the same a mankind that, you know, 10,000 million years ago. We know because the archaeology and the science, they give a lot of proof that we are many civilization already we self-destructions. Like Sodoma, Gomorrah. We know that we have in the past technology to destroy cities without any army there, and we are a self-destruction. So that moment can come again, and when that moment comes, not going to be 90% of the people is not going to be ready. So it's going to be in the cinema. Remember the Second World War or the First World War? When they started, the people was in the cinema. And millions of people died. So when the next war come, or when the next uh, situation that put the mankind in a very dangerous place, people's going to be in the cinema. So not going to be ready. They only be ready is to prepare in this moment. This is the moment to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
Will be prepared in this moment is going to be part of the 5% of the of the humanity. And we're going to put all our faith in that 5% because it's going to be the savers.
I'm agree with you.
100%. 100%.
All the people that has been feeling this calling to do something
Mm-hmm.
now for humanity is already working on that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so, of in your perspective, what is the role of Mary Magdalene and the sacred feminine in this awakening of this time?
Uh, when you read very old document, like I have the opportunity to read it and understand and learn, you understand that when you say let's put the uh, Adam and Eve, okay, the the, the book say that uh, Adam come first because they are the part of of the knowledge. So the part of the knowledge, they be there to give what emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the recipients, the vessel for the emotions? The woman, okay? And from the emotion, knowledge, and emotions come all the humankind. So at this moment, if we understand this, if Jesus was God himself in a body of men, and they create us at his image, they can do it separately. So they have to have both sides, but they can because it's only one body.
Mm-hmm.
So where is the other part to assemble again
To make the
two
fruit.
different energy against together? Because in the Bible said, in the beginning, God creates. When you create from nothing. And then say, from the dust, they form. You form something because you have the tools to do it and the elements. So create and form. So when you create, they say the Genesis say they create and they was male and female in the same place. Create man and female in the same situation. We're talking about energy. And they say then they form and they come to be uh I don't know how to say in English, macho y hembra.
Male and female.
Well, but they have different components because male and female is not what I want to say. Was when they was created, they were one, was one energy, but in the same moment, they already say was male and female. And then when they form, they say now they are Now they are male and females separate. So if we take the same knowledge and we put it in Jesus, like God Himself walking with the men, is only one part. Where is the other part? And we believe that was the the job of Mary Magdalene. Unite against the creation, from separate against together in one energy. That's what we believe because this is what written. This is history. This is archaeology. This is not, I believe because I want it.
Yes.
We have proof of that.
And that's part of this big secret, this big knowledge
Mhm.
was found, and it is related with something was moved in the camera, and maybe you touched something. No,
Mm-mm.
something
No.
changed.
Yeah, yes.
That's weird.
Something changed, but it's not
Something
me.
changed. Okay, we have some presence here.
Yeah, energy.
So after that, the descendants of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, for many, are considered the real Grail, right? Um,
Hmm.
so my question is, Mary Magdalene represents lots of things. It's not, I mean, for you, Mary Magdalene was the disciple, the priestess, the initiated, Jesus' wife, the Grail. What is Mary Magdalene as
Can
a
be, can be,
archetype?
yeah, can be
Maybe
all.
all of them,
Can
right?
be, yeah, can be all.
Okay,
The only we can
and
discuss,
what is the importance
the
of
only,
that nowadays?
the only we can discuss here is, was his um, wife was married with Jesus? We can say yes and no because the only we know that can be happen is in it just in the book of Felipe, that in that book Felipe say to Pedro, why Pedro, you be mad if they love them more than us? What is the problem? And also they come all the time and they kiss. In
Yes,
that particular moment, the you don't have what is the next word. So the specialist, they can say they kiss in the hands and whatever. But more than half of the archaeology believe they say mouth. So they kiss in the mouth. So but this test comes from the Essenian word. So the Essenian was a very special uh, order in that time. And he's believed that when someone kisses you is not a sexual um, move, is or do, it's I pass you knowledge. The kiss in the mouth. So also in Mateo, we have the same situation, and they say Jesus kissed in the mouth of Mateo. So this we have to understand that Jesus just passed
in-
knowledge to Mateo. So from that moment, we have a very bad situation because in the same the same book, the same for Mary Magdalene, and they say the same for Mateo.
Mhm.
So they are passing. Jesus is saying to Mary Magdalene, to Felipe, to Bartolome, and to Mateo, they are special for me. The book says this, and they receive a special information and a special knowledge. But the archaeology and the history comes to recover this mystery in a letter between Lazarus and Arimathea. When all the people tried to get out from Israel after the crucifixion of Jesus, so Arimathea arranged all the things to the mother of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, uh, two boys, little boys, not only one girl, two boys, one boy and one girl, and other people who who comes, and they are taken in the coast of Jerusalem. By taking in the coast, the authority of the Roman, they put it into a boat to lost in the Mediterranean. So just to die there. They leave it. For some miracle, this boat arrived to the south of France. This is what the letters say. And Lazarus sent a letter to Arimathea to say, listen, we arrived safe. The mother of the royalties for the two boys are safe. The little kings are safe. And the not, I don't know how we say in English, no nato, el no nacido,
A neonat. Neonat. I think it's
the
neonat.
that is also safe. So what they say there, what everyone
She
are
was
talking
pregnant.
about in this year, they was pregnant.
Hmm.
Not from Sarah, because Sarah was in the boat.
Hmm.
Not from Josué, the little boy, from another one. So this letter was discovered only 5 years ago
That's
and
amazing.
changed everything, and changed everything,
That's
and
amazing.
changed everything. Yeah. But you
Well,
see it in the news? No.
no, of course no. I mean, come on. Netflix did a huge and millionary show about Mary Magdalene, and they have still now, they have to modify the script.
Hmm.
The Vatican and the Catholic Church didn't approve it because it was saying things that were in the apocryphals.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
they still don't want to admit that in public. Do you think that the Catholic Church will be in danger if more of this information spread out to the public?
No, no, I don't believe that because there are so many millions. You can spread out all this information and change the mind of all the people than just for one information, because it's very easy to say this is not true
Hmm.
because all the medias come from people who wants this status quo. Don't move nothing. Everything is okay. So for that reason, I say in the beginning of the interview, I said, it's only 5% of the people who are waking, and that particular percentage of people is going to say the church not more represent me,
Hmm.
but the other 90 they're going to die for the church if they need it.
Of course. Yeah, that's a true.
Remember that the church was made for a guy who murdered the first Christian, not from Pedro, was from Pablo, from
Thousand of
Paul.
people. Yeah.
You know, was a murderer of it was a Orthodox Jew who you know wants to destroy all the work of Jesus Christ and murder everyone who believe in Jesus. This is the real first pope of the history, a murder of Christians.
Yes.
That's it. Game over.
Yeah.
Nothing more to say. So when this particular information comes to the people, so only 5-10% understand what happens
And here we
and
are.
make the change. Yeah,
Yes,
we
and here we
exactly.
are.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to have this conversation with you, Cesar. Cesar is in Argentina. Cesar, if someone wants to feels the calling to be part of the order, is it possible to apply, to get more
Hmm.
information, to visit you guys? You have an amazing temple in Argentina that has been such an inspiration for the Temple of Sound that building up with some other people of the community here in Mount Shasta. It's a circular temple of sound that you have there. It's amazing. So how can people get to you and get more involved with the Templars order?
Depends the country. We have an structure in every country. They have many temples in many places in the world also. But it's not easy, come on. It's not easy. Not because we are special. No, 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 no. Because people comes to the order um, having Jesus said, you can uh, get knowledge if your cup was in the middle. You have to
And
drop it away, everything, empty the cup of everything that you believe. You don't put good wine with bad wine. No? You have to start from zero. And this is a very important thing. It is the more difficult to do because people come with knowledge, with faith in something, and we say, listen, your faith is not in the correct place because doesn't exist. This is this is a legend, this is a myth, this is nothing. And when you come to a school of knowledge, you come to, learn. And this is very difficult to understand for people who not prepare for that. And what we say in this only can get in what feels that in the past was, in another life, was Templars. If you have the call, if you have, the fire in your heart, and when you see Templars, whatever you see it, you feel that you belongs to that uniform, to that castle, to that knowledge. It's because maybe in another past life you'll be part of the order. That is the people who comes and steal in the order. The other people comes, try to understand. They can
on the
do it
mind.
because it's very difficult.
Mm.
If you believe, I don't know, in the Pope, because the Pope, and we say, listen, the Pope is only a man. This is only a country. This country murder his own people. This country, this Vatican, this Catholic religion,
Political,
murder. Yeah, they murder
powerful,
whatever. They murder
financial.
children.
Hmm.
If you have a husband, they don't want you. Your husband go with the priest, and they say you're a witch, and they come and kill you. That's it. This happened only 300 years ago,
Yes.
and you still believe it in that? What when you listen Jesus Christ against a woman? When Jesus put the woman over the bench, when tell to Mary Magdalene when he was um, um, when
Pregnant?
they no when in the resurrection
Oh,
when
okay.
Mhm. They present before, not to Pedro, not to any other disciple. They present first to Mary Magdalene, and they say, Mary Magdalene, go and testify. This is the important word.
Testify.
Go and testify with my brothers. Why they say this, Jesus? Because in that time, woman can testify. If a woman see a murder, and the woman say, "What's that guy?" And comes another guy who don't see nothing, and they say, "No, no, no. What's the other one?" They break the other one, not
Believe.
that the woman say,
Yeah.
because they can testify. So when Jesus Christ say to Mary Magdalene, "Woman, go and testify what you see it with my brother," they put it in the same place of the man, and also give authority. So the church was to protect the woman in first time with the first commandment. They want to have the church because the battle of the life was the woman,
Yeah. And they
not
did
the man.
exactly the opposite.
When you say try to learn this to people who believe in the structure, it's very difficult.
Yes. So did you feel the
5%.
calling before closing? Did you feel, when did you feel this calling in terms of this energy or passion or devotion for Mary Magdalene, for the Templars? Is this something that it goes runs in your blood, or is this something that you connect in a spiritual way and then you became a Templar?
When I get into the order, I was in a very high position in the government of my country, and very powerful people brings me to another stage of knowledge, not directly to the order, because nobody get in directly to the orders. There are steps, and I don't know nothing about that, nothing. But when we're going to start to understand what happened, I was only with 19 years old, and then they passed 4 years that I tried to understand all this new war, and the next year I get into the order in Egypt. So I tried to understand everything very, very, very soon because I was passionate. And when I try to understand, they start to pass me very crazy things, supernatural, and I have one or two very, very, very strong situation with Mary Magdalene in France and in Italy, and two places very special, and I see it, for sure, like I see you. And this was the moment, you know, it's like after after that moment, and from that moment, I become in my work like I try to protect his image and his legacy for against everyone, not like a madman, with truth, with science, with history. Hmm.
So then what happened? Because it's a, you have a big crowd
You
of Templars with you now.
No, what I mean is when I pass all that process, they have to pass 20 years to understand that my grandfather was a great master of the order in the 17th. And from that moment, 20 years after I be in the order, I know that my grandfather was a very important guy in the order, was a great master. And my sister come with all the part of my grand his ring, and part of the universe uniform, his soul, and 20 years after, 20
Wow.
years after. So in the beginning I believe that it's coming only from me. 20 years after, I understand that it was a family legacy, and but my relationship directly with Mary Magdalene, they don't come from family, from legacy. No, no, they come from something I feel, this particular love for that woman, and I just want to be have the dignity to defend his position all the time.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Cesar. That we had in common. We share that devotion for Mary.
Mhm. If you want to know what happened in that two opportunity, you have to read my next book.
Okay. For sure, I'll be part of that.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
yes, this has been amazing. If you feel this, the connection with Mary Magdalene, Cathars, Templars, I remind you, I'm going to be traveling to South France. I still have a few spots, not much. I think I have 4 spots left. And going to these places, the Mary Magdalene Cave, the Santa Bomb, the other caves that we can even talk about because they're kind of secret, and
Mhm.
Montsegur and the Cave of the Cathars, and also to other places that are they're kind of well known in the history, but and we have to go because we're already gonna be there. But the more mystic place, the more sacred place are not. You don't find it in a guidebook or anything like that, and
No.
to explore those places. And yeah, and you, Cesar, and me, we have to definitely sometimes get something together in one of these trips. We were talking about going to Glastonbury. It's that's coming. It's coming. Or
Hmm.
Egypt, you
Yeah,
know.
maybe. Why not? Why not? Maybe we can do it after the years end. I have a very special place that I want to, it, and visit, that you blow your mind. And it's also place that Mary Magdalene, we know, and we have proof that he sleep and live there. Nobody knows that place. Nobody goes. It's not a tourist circle. And when you was there, I bring there 45 people who gonna into brings into to the order. So when they have some trips, special trip, 10 after 10 years, and I bring it there. So there was military, normal people, I don't know, medics, doctors, n- no nobody's that we don't know who they are, but I mean from everywhere and from any social situations, right? And in the middle of the night, the someone who was part of the Secret Service, not a dummy, I see it that was in a window, of the castle, and they was there like a mummy. I say, what happened? And they don't say nothing, just look, look. And when I go there, I don't see nothing. And they come again and they say, I see it. I see it. It was there. They talk to me. Wow. And when I go to the other places to try to bring this guy there and also try to calm and bring with the other guys, okay, listen, that the other guys see it in the same situation, see it in the other windows and the other floor. They say, we see it. We see it. And we see, I don't see it, but the other people see it. And it was people from this guy was from the Secret Service, and the other two, what for me was impressive because this people was in battles, in very dangerous situation. They managed the stress different. This guy was from the Marines, not the Marines, sorry, this from Navy, from the Navy. It was wow, but they see it. But you have to go to that place, and that place is a special place. Was the Templars built in South France because was the place exactly with this boat from the letter from Lazarus say Mary Magdalene was the first place where he lived. When the Templars get exactly the place, they build a castle. This castle be known like Opul Pirilos. Opul Pirilos. It's
That is
very
San Marie
close
de la Mer.
to
San Marie de la
it's
Mer.
close to there. No, it's in the north. It's
Mm.
close to Rennes Chateau. Visit that place. There's nobody there. It's a very small town. You don't have to ask in nobody. You can go directly to the castle. This is the history of the castle, but people from there doesn't know that. The Templars know that because the temple built. This is history. Yeah, the history say the Templars built in the middle of nowhere a big, huge castle. Why? Nobody knows. We know was in honor that in that place, Mary Magdalene and maybe the son of Jesus was the first space where they live and sleep, eat, pray, and and grow his childrens there with the other people who comes with in this boat.
That's
Of
beautiful.
course, with the Virgin Mary, because in the beginning was together with John.
That's beautiful. This is so exciting. Oh,
Opul, Opul Pirilos.
Apulpirinos.
Opul Pirilos in the south of France.
Nice.
Mhm.
Well, my dear friend, thank you so much for this amazing time. I am pretty sure that everyone that is seeing this podcast is enjoying this. I wanted to do it in English because I know there's so many people that also wanted to know this information in English. So thank you. Thank you so much, and see you soon for our next podcast in Spanish.
A- And sorry for my English. Sorry
Oh,
about
sorry for mine too.
it.
And this is like, Latin for you guys that are English spoken person has seen me saying bye like 3 or 4 times, and then we come with another question. That's the Latin way. We say bye like 10 times,
Exactly.
or we say the
10
real.
times.
Yes, so this is
10
the real
times.
bye. Thank you.
The
I
real bye.
love you. This is Avalon from Mount Shasta. That's Cesar Imbelloni from Argentina. My name is Patricia Carles, and service, love, and service. Thank you so much. See you next time.